Good morning, everyone. This is David with Bolivar Live. Well, we're down here on Highway 87 at the where there's damage to Highway 87, and TxDot's assembled. We've got a coastal flood warning going on until 6 p.m. this morning, meaning we're going to have elevated tides. And I'm having trouble with the internet, but we're going to try and get through this. TxDot has brought in some more millings. It's like an asphalt sort of that they're going to dump again over the edge of Highway 87, and we're going to show you a little bit on what they're doing and what they're protecting. But first, this Bolivar Live is brought to you by the Big Store. When you're on Bolivar and you need anything, stop by the Big Store and you'll be greeted by a staff of smiling faces and a staff that's eager to help you find what you're looking for. If the Big Store doesn't have it, chances are you really don't need it. Well, like I said, we're down here on Highway 87. We've got a coastal flood warning till 6 p.m. this evening. And I'm going to show you real quick. We came out last Friday and took some video clips, or I did, of what Highway 87 looks like in this little dog leg here where we've lost beach and we're fixing to lose Highway 87. So let me play this clip real quick and you'll be able to see why we're so worried about down here. But you can see there, and there's several, this is about a 3-minute clip that I put together of what we're seeing on Highway 87 and why it's so instrumental that they get this thing protected. This was taken last Friday. Now, Friday afternoon, they came in and they actually dumped some of the millings, or it's like asphalt sort of there, but you can see how 87's breaking away, how we're getting some undermining already, and we have now this was on a low tide. I want to make that clear that this was shot on a low tide last Friday morning. Friday at 3 o'clock, you can see a video of Bolivar Live where they're dumping millings down here. Okay, we got a coastal flood warning now through 6 p.m. this evening. Tide is up, but it's not up like it was several weeks ago. The road's passable. We've got some room. But TxDot, when I came down here this morning to check and see what it was like, and there you can see some more where the asphalt's breaking away. You can see the old barriers there, and we've lost all that sand. Now, my question is, one, it seems like it's getting worse since they filled in rollover. I'm not a scientist and I'm not a weatherman, I'm not an engineer, but you can see what it looks like there, and we didn't have this as bad, it seemed like, before they filled in rollover. That's one question I have. The next question I have is, they keep fixing this, putting Band-Aids on it. We're coming in, hurricane season starts June 1st. What's going to happen when we need to evacuate? Oh, wait a minute. They took Highway 87 off the evacuation route. It's now not an evacuation route. So we don't have an evacuation route off here. Could that be due to Highway 87, the road deteriorating? Because they, on an evacuation route, and I don't know the criteria, but it has to be passable for so long. But there you can see what it looked like last Friday before they dumped the asphalt on it. Now, my question to TxDot is, when are they going to put a permanent fix on this? They keep putting the Band-Aid, they keep putting the Band-Aid, they keep putting the Band-Aid, and it's getting us through right now. But what's going to happen later on when we get a tropical storm in the Gulf and it starts deteriorating the road? If we need to get emergency personnel out of here, if the Bolivar residents and visitors need to, and I'm going to go back real quick because I want to show you that break. Right there, where that break is where we're seeing the worst. And let me see if I can back this tape up a little bit. so that you can see exactly what's going on here. There, we'll roll it again. You can see they've raised the road. TxDot did raise the road, and they did a great job of it. You know, but look at that. When we have a tropical storm in the Gulf in June or July or August, and this is what's there, how long is that road going to last? Then they're going to have to spend more money to replace the road, because it's going to wash out 200, 300, 400 yards probably. Plus, if emergency personnel need to get off Bolivar and we have a higher tide, just like just an ambulance just passed me without its lights probably going to Galveston. But there you can see a break, and actually that break there, if I could pan around and show you, and let me go back to the beginning of the video a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about for those that are just missing us. There you can see the asphalt breaking away, and that's the second, third, fourth, fifth layer up. That's not just overlap. That's actual road base. And I shot down in some of these where you could see where water can get down and start undermining. So my question is to TxDot, when are you going to quit putting the Band-Aids on it? They keep saying, they told me that this was going to be repaired. It's going through the environmental study, but it's not under schedule until 2022. It's going to be gone in 2021. Okay, they did an emergency repair on a highway in Houston. It separated and it was starting to deteriorate, and they fixed that in 24 hours. They had a contractor that worked around the clock. Now this is going to be more than 24 hours, but this is an emergency repair to an existing problem we've had. And they say they need an environmental study in order to repair it. Well, they did an environmental study when they did the road. They did an environmental study when they did put in the wall and the rock right at the curve, and that's working good. And so my question is, how long are you going to stretch this out before the highway's gone? You've come down here twice now, and the first time last weekend, they came down, the county got a call around noon. They came out and the county helped them haul. TxDot had a couple trucks here, and they got some stuff dumped over the side because we had a elevated tide. We have a coastal flood warning now until 6 p.m. this evening. They've brought out a bunch of TxDot trucks. I talked to one gentleman from Chambers County that was driving truck. I think 2 of them from Chambers County and some more from, I guess, the Houston district, which is the other side of the bay, which is actually over this. But when are you going to fix this? What can we do before hurricane season? We get into the middle of hurricane. Last year we had 3 right at the end of the season, and actually towards the end or after season, where we had a lot of damage here from elevated tides on our dunes. If we would have that now, this is going to wash out. And you've been watching what I shot last Friday along this. This is before they dumped the other milled product Friday afternoon. So TxDot, give us some answers. Don't give us the runaround. Give us some answers, and let's see how you're going to fix this. You can't come out here every time we have an elevated tide. You'll be out. You might as well open up a district over here and keep a big pile over here, because it costs to bring the stuff in. It costs them. They probably have 15, 20 people down here. So what's it costing them to do that versus hiring a contractor and putting up like they did at the other end and stabilizing everything? We use this as an evacuation route when we do have a storm. You took the evacuation route off the map, and I'm backing up the tape so you can watch this again, and then we'll go back to what we're actually looking at. You took the evacuation route off the map for a reason, and it had to go through legislature in order to get voted down. Now we want to put it back. This is our only means. You don't take Highway 45 off the map for Galveston. And so let's get this fixed or do something, get some answers before hurricane season, June 1st. Because We could have an early tropical storm, we could have late ones, but we've got to have a way off the peninsula. We're not getting anything fixed. This is actually getting worse every week. And I'm going to come back out here in another week or so on a low tide and take some more clips and compare it on what's happened since we've had these elevated tides. That's our question to TxDot. We need some answers. How are you going to fix this? Let's not put a Band-Aid on it every week when we get an elevated tide. Let's make a good fix for it. As far as the environmental study, I know that if it's an emergency repair, you can make them. Instead of making the Band-Aid on it, let's get something permanent down here. I'm asking for help from Galveston County. I'm asking for help from TxDot. I'm asking for help, anything that Mays Middle can do. Any of the officials, county, state, the governor, anything you can do to help us down here, because this has been an ongoing deal. They raised the road. That did help some, because we'd be in a lot worse shape if it was down. Some of the areas it was like 4 foot, they raised it. That helped, but now we've got to keep the base in there or the raised road's not going to help us. So anyway, just wanted to let you know, we've got a coastal flood warning. Right now, it's not bad down here. It's passable. There's nothing. TxDot's here, going to be dumping some milled product in down here. I know they've got the trucks down there. They're probably waiting to make sure they get the loader and everything down here before they start sending the trucks. You've been looking at what I shot last Friday on a low tide, and that was a low tide. And you can see where Dennis is standing there. You can see how far we are from the water. There's about a 2.5, 3 foot difference there before the water's up, about even with the road, and starts washing away. Because once it breaks over those pylons there, or those barricades they had put in here on another fix, we're going to be into trouble. So anyway, just wanted to let y'all know what was going on down here. We're going to keep up to date. There's a view, and I'm going to make a drive down there real quick, and hopefully the internet will last. It's been spotty this morning, and let me move the camera down here, and we're going to drive by what they're working on so that you can see what it looks like right now. And TxDot is here. They are getting ready to work on it. It'll probably be some flaggers along here. So if you're traveling on Highway 87, and don't get me wrong, I am thankful that TxDot is down here, but we've got to get a fix for this. And there you can see what it looks like from here. There's not much room for tide to come up. There's not much protection there. And so we're here. TxDot's here. We're going to be back down here a little bit later. There you can see the front end loader, and I know they've got the trucks loaded, 2 or 3 of them. And so we'll keep you posted on what's going on down here. I did see some sagasa weed on the beach, but it's not bad this morning. I know someone else said something to me about it. So anyway, we're going to keep you posted on what's happening down here, what TxDot's doing, and we're going to wait for answers on when they can fix this, what their plans are, because they keep putting a Band-Aid on it, and pretty soon that Band-Aid's not going to stick because all the hair is going to be gone on that leg. And so it's sort of like when you put a Band-Aid on, after a while, you know, it